Hello everyone, I'm Garrett Ocamber, and this is the long-awaited subscriber thank you, update, all that stuff. It has taken me a while, it's taken me an immense amount of while to get this video out for a multitude of reasons. First and foremost, towards the beginning of the year, I started to fall into a large amount of depression, and this impeded my ability to do what I wanted to do, which was to share games with all of you. I've tried my best. I have talked with people, but again, I don't use medications to try to ignore the symptoms, because that is bad. And I mean, that's my opinion. I know there's gonna be a lot of people who say, "Oh, you need to get treatment and all that stuff," but the last time I was on medication, it affected me even worse. There were a lot of other things that happened, and many of which I don't wish to talk about here. But I've had a rough time towards the start of this year, and then just when I thought I was going back on the upswing, that's when things got really bad, because, I mean, again, I looked up to a man named Total Biscuit, who is a gaming critic, funny guy, a caring soul, a informative person in the field of critiquing games, and I've been following his channel almost since the beginning, and he died. So that did not sit well with me. It affected me in a very adverse way. So it made getting these kind of videos, just wanting to talk to you face to face, almost impossible, because I just didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like doing a lot of things. I've been missing a lot of games, a lot of videos for games, because I've either been spending time crying alone or just trying to drown out things. And hence it's ironic, because I'm doing the live streams and I'm able to get videos out, but you don't see what I look like when I do them, and I'm just not in a good place at times. It's been hard for multitudes of reasons for me, and that's why this video is late, and that's why I am sorry. That is why I am here just trying to explain the reasons that you probably don't even care about. What you care about is the gaming content, which is going to resume, hopefully without much more incident. I don't compartmentalize tragedy. I don't compartmentalize depression very well. It remains with me. So I'm the kind of person that I can be smiling and laughing. I can be the brightest person in the room, just, talking to everybody, making them laugh. Ultimately, that is a defense mechanism. They don't know how damaged I actually am. So obviously, favorite YouTuber dies, it really messes me up a lot, and I'm just trying to explain the fact that that really messed me in a very bad way. So even when I thought I was getting better, and my standard depression is constant thoughts of despair and isolation and loneliness. Is probably one of the biggest ones. So it didn't help me that one of the, as I would quote, voices in the room is silenced forever. That's hard for me to grasp, to get my head around. Yeah, it's been a struggle, but I'm here now. trying to explain myself, trying to reassure you all that I will be okay, I guess, to some degree. This is probably the most depressed video I've made. I mean, maybe not, maybe in some way, but it's literally me just saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry about being late. I'm very sorry about all of this transpiring. But the good news is that they say time heals all wounds. At least that's how the saying goes. So no matter what you're feeling, no matter what's happening in your life, time is supposed to heal that. Time is, as you move further away from something, the more distant it is. And I'm hoping I can move away from this year, this sense of dread, this loss, this constant thinking about the worst things imaginable. I'm trying to just do what I do. I'm trying to do what I do. And I mean, I think about a lot of the things that I'm going through, and there's so many people who are suffering far worse situations in their life. And I'm attempting to... I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm counting myself lucky. No, God, no. I'm trying to at least stand for my perspective and say that, good God, that's horrible. There's much more that I have access to than most people, but being isolated, not being able to talk to people, not being able to shake hands with somebody, even though I don't shake hands, it's weird. I don't like touching hands usually, but not having human contact, touch, is a problem. Being alone constantly, just with myself, is a problem. And there are people who are in worse situations. And I guess that's what these videos are about. They are me trying to be a voice in a room for someone else. Because that's how I started YouTube. I started YouTube because I needed reassurance, I needed help. Just to get my mind off things. We live in a world of a great amount of information and technology. We're like wizards. With a stroke of our fingers, we can access any bit of information we could possibly desire. And when I was younger, that was not the case. So there are so many people, there are so many things, there's stuff to watch, stuff to play, stuff to do, and I'm attempting in my small little creative little universe to create videos, and that's what I have to do. I have to do it. I want to do it, and I have to. And I'm doing this now. I put myself here in front of everyone to say, hey, I'm here. And I'm thanking you all for subscribing. I'm thanking you for being here on this journey. I'm still here, and I hope you are too. There's been just a lot to think about, and not a lot that can get resolved. Somebody I cared about died. Somebody I don't even know died. But I can remember who they were, and I'll never forget. And as for my own isolation and problems, I do have some amazing friends, and they go out of their way above and beyond to try to cheer me up. I don't think they know how, I don't think you know how upset I am about things. You'll never know. You'll never know how damaged I am inside. I don't think anyone does. I appreciate every like. I appreciate every friendly gesture. I appreciate everyone that shows up to say hi. I appreciate the nighttime calls. I appreciate the things that go on that people do for me. Try to say, hey Garrett, it is okay, at least currently. I don't want this video to be all depressing, and I say that a lot. But I use these videos as a great way of getting you to know me a bit better, getting you to know my mindset and what's happening in my life, because it's a hallmark of what's going on, the current state of the channel. Every time we reach a certain amount of subs, I put myself in front of the camera to say, hey, thank you. I've struggled for attention at what I'm doing. And really the sake of doing it is the reason I do it. It's the sake of doing it. But I want to share games. I want there to be a record of what I've done. Because there's nothing else. I don't do anything else. At the very least, I want enough people to say, hey, this guy plays these games. Let's watch it. Let's enjoy it. And maybe I can offer some little pearls of wisdom. Or at the very least, there's a voice in a room for whatever reason. Somebody can hear my voice. And it's exactly what I've used all these years. It makes you at least a little bit less alone. And I'm hoping that's what I can achieve with the channel at the very least. I'm never going to be famous. I'm never going to go anywhere. I'm going to probably die in this house someday. But it's not so macabre. But I'm here talking, and somebody's listening. And that achieves something. That achieves one small thing. And that's important to me. And I would hope it's important enough that my life is worth it. And I have to use this end of this video now to kind of get us out of this funk, because I'm just not the best. And it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because not like a day ago I did a No Man's Sky stream with Keto, and I seem happy. I do. She brings out the best in me, but I'm not a happy person. I'm a very upset person, so I again thank my friends for being there for me to attempt and succeed to a great amount to at least bring something of my old self out. Because otherwise I'm crushed every time I leave a call, every time I go to bed, I'm just crushed. But I want to talk about some of the things I want to do towards the end of this year. We have a lot of things to look forward to when it comes to gaming content, a lot of games that I want to play. We have the Fallout 76 beta. Thanks to a particular viewer, I will have the money to pre-order it. Again, if anyone cares enough, you can sponsor the channel. It's $5 or so a month. You can cancel anytime. Doesn't matter. That money gets used towards being able to bring you other games in eventuality, and yeah, it's great. There's also Super Chat, but that's just donations, so it's the same deal there. It's just you can put any amount of money, but you don't have to. And I don't want to tell anyone they need to ever. It's not a requirement. It is a thing that I was able to enable because I'd earned it on YouTube for many years of being a YouTube partner. And in a way, I really wish being a technical partner, employee of YouTube got you a little bit more praise from YouTube, because it's very alienating. It is very alienating. I'm glad to do it. I am. I wanted to make videos. I was happy to do this for free, but then I started unlocking monetization, and I realized, yeah, I can also make money by streaming their ads, despite them taking 30% of everything I make. Everything. The super chat, the donations, everything. The ads. But it is a job. And it's a job, like I said, that I feel is important, because I can make a record of what I do, and I can share it with the world, and I can be a voice in the room. And for 1 cent that I get from a video, that 1 cent gets saved and put towards the next game. And that's the interesting little cycle there. It's like a metamorphosis of a butterfly. It's a butterfly that lays eggs. As eggs hatch, they become little caterpillars, and they do their little thing. They nom on leaves, and then they turn to more butterflies. And it just keeps going on and on and on and on. So that's kind of what the YouTube stuff is like. It's like a video goes out. I make a video, it goes out, and that generates revenue, and that revenue gets used towards a game, and then that game makes more videos, and it does the same thing. Both of them, the caterpillar and the video, make people smile. Unless you hate caterpillars, in which case I'm sorry, that is a bad metaphor. But they do basically the same thing. They are an Ouroboros. They constantly cycle. Yeah, so I'm going to be getting Fallout 76. Did I say 74 before? Oh god. It's early, but it's late. It's like almost 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm here trying not to break down. But I'm tired too, so I'm going to literally crash. Yeah, so Fallout 76. That is coming out later this year, hopefully, and I'm hoping to join the beta. That'll be cool, and I'm very much eager to show videos on that when that becomes available, whenever it becomes available, if it becomes available. It might not. They might just say, you know what, we're going to withhold the beta, sorry everyone, and the game comes out. But Todd Howard said himself, they need beta testers, and that means everyone. So I'll take it from his mouth that everyone's going to get to play who pre-ordered. So yeah, that's exciting. And potentially Skyrim Together. There's been a lot more work being put into this mod. I can't promise that we'll see that anytime soon. The main reason I can't promise Skyrim multiplayer, because frankly speaking, it's really just a lot of the community speculating that the game is, the modification is coming out. But from the mod team themselves, they've recently lost a staff member. For reasons unknown, they're having to replace the position. They are still working on the mod. I watched a live stream a couple days ago. It's really cool to see. A lot of technical stuff. You can check them out on their official YouTube channel. And there's also a Reddit post for Skyrim Together. It's pretty neat. If you like Skyrim and you want to play it with friends, this will happen sooner or later. So I can't promise anything. I'm just a person who plays the games and records, and that's it. I'm the least important person in that cycle. It is a thing that is out of my control, so again, I'm hoping to bring you that later this year. It might not come out this year, it might not come out next year. It might come out 5 years from now, we don't know. But it is looking like it's going to be released soon. At least that's the thing. And then, of course, now let's just skip over Bannerlord because that's not coming out anytime soon. There's many other games coming out this year. A lot of zombie games, too, so expect to see a lot of more zombie stuff. I'm also going to be returning to a lot of favorites of the channel, including the staple of the channel, which was 7 Days to Die. as soon as the new alpha rolls out, you'll be seeing more of that. I'm not opposed, however, to continuing where we are, doing live streams, doing the tower and stuff like that, although we've run out of most goals. Last stream that I did on that, we blew a hole. We finished the tunnel, blew a hole in the floor. We have to connect it now with a ladder and secure it a little bit. So we finally finished the tunnel. That allows us to travel at night to each base. Or in general, if we just don't want to deal with things during the day, especially if there's a migration or whatnot. So that'll be neat. And then on top of that, I also took out the helicopter pad because I was sick of seeing it. And there were a lot of zombies spawning on it. I can't guarantee they won't spawn around there, but hey, I finished that. So that's good. But when the new alpha comes out, we're going to be trying that out. And that's going to be a load of fun, I'm sure. Only thing concerning about the new alpha is it looks like ambient occlusion got taken out. And if you don't know what AO is, it is... well, actually, I don't truly know what it is. I don't know the accurate term. I use it a lot when I play a lot of games. Ambient occlusion is... I guess I have to explain it in layman's. It is basically a form of lighting contrast with models, defining shapes and rounding around textures with shadowing. Without it, games look very saturated and gaudy, in my opinion. And it looks like they're removing it from the new alpha. They said that that's not going to be a permanent change. In fact, they might just keep it in when it is released. But it was enough to make me just say, oh god, the game looks ugly now. Because I've always praised 7 Days to Die for being very creepy and dark, foreboding. And most of that is thanks to ambient occlusion. Without it, the game looks washed out. It looks bright. And it doesn't need to be bright. It was scary. It was dark. And that's good. They did make night, the night scale, a lot darker. But they took out ambient occlusion, so during the day, everything looks like you're looking at it through yellow sunglasses. I shit you not. It looks ugly. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully the best, and we cannot worry. The World War Z, the game based off of the universe of the movie based off the book. Because it's not the movie. You could claim it is, but it's not, because you're not playing as Brad Pitt. It's nothing to do with that. There may be a hint somewhere. Other than that, it is part of the same world space, and it is based off the books. That game is going to be coming out later this year, and that is probably the big title I'm looking forward to, because again, I can't put all my fish in a basket and bring it to the market when it comes to Bannerlord, because we don't know when that's coming out. And they should just release... They said, oh, we're interested in early access. They should, I'm still hung up about that, by the way. You know I am. So let's not talk about it. Anyways, I'm excited to be able to bring you a lot of these games. I'm excited to be able to sit down with my friends and just goof around. And I want to play more Morrowind multiplayer as well. Things have kind of died down again on the server. And I think it comes down to the level cap. There's nothing to reach for. When people hit 50, that's the end. And yeah, they're powerful and they're rich, but then there's nothing to do. So there needs to be things to do. One of the viewers, Ryan, who's also joined for a few of the streams, is also, and I'm talking to you, Ryan, you are also apparently working on a quest, player-driven quest, for the server. So if you want to join Morrowind multiplayer, everyone, the Miak server is public. It's fun, and I'm sure the quest will be a blast. But that's the kind of things we need, because right now a lot of people are just leaving or not playing, and many people are still waiting for 7.0. I would have still been waiting, but I still was curious enough to try playing again, and I'm glad I played again. It's enjoyable. I have some new characters. Again, I don't know if they're going to get wiped at 7.0. It's probably going to happen. That's really annoying. I hate that, because you have to play the entire game over again just to get to where you were. That's problematic. So, I mean, it happens, but hopefully it won't happen this time. Or hopefully we can get our old characters back. I would gladly sacrifice my new characters for that, because my other characters were immensely powerful, and that was enjoyable. Anyways, so we got Morrowind, we got Skyrim potentially, we've got a bunch of zombie games, many I haven't even talked about, and I won't bother because some of them should be a surprise, and if I have talked about them before, you're going to have to search and see what I was talking about, unless I haven't, in which case it's a trap. So, yeah, we'll have a lot of fun this year, and I want to do more spooky games, too, for Halloween. Besides, I mean, zombie games are spooky, but I want to do other stuff. I want to try to get very creative with it, because in years past, I mean, I did some really crazy things, and I really enjoyed them. There was some Gmod horror maps, there were some independent horror games. There was Dreadout. Dreadout, I really enjoyed doing that, even though I hated it. I enjoyed doing it because it was my first webcam experience, and it was just horrifying. It was good. It was horrifying. But I'm not replaying that game, but I am I'm wanting to do something similar to that to some degree. Anyways, I think this video has gone on long enough because I have no idea how long I've been sitting here. My butt starts to hurt. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening to me blither on like an idiot. Thank you for being here. And again, I am here too. I am still here. It's just been a hard time. We all have hard times. And that's just part of being alive. So, thank you for subscribing. And before you know it, we'll have another subscriber video, hopefully a lot sooner than later, when we reach the 100 mark. And again, depending on the rate of the subscribers, which have definitely died down. I think that's again because I haven't done anything that much, despite being very, very ambitious with doing a lot of live streaming when I can, when I'm able to, and I'm very happy to do it. I'm starting to get a groove, despite being a little clunky. But we're going to keep pushing on. I'm going to keep pushing on, and I want to thank you again for being here. Thank you all. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you later. Goodbye.